Good morning, everybody. My name is Bart Winkler. It is the January 9th edition of the Bart Winkler Show. And I want to say to start, I am happy to do this show for the people I'm happy to do it for. I was at the game tonight, Sunday night, went to the Packer game, rushed to a place where I could do the show afterwards. And I did that because I wanted to communicate, to talk, to share the misery with people that I've been talking to throughout the year, with people that I've been talking to prior to this. You know, I want to do a show for the people I want to do a show for. There's a lot of people I don't want to do this show for. There's a lot of people that I'm pretty pissed at right now. There's a lot of people that I'm pretty furious at right now. I hate our fans. So I'm going to get into the team. I hate our fans. I hate our fans. And I'm sure every fan base is the same, and this is no different. But what do you want? What do you want? I'm down on this team all year. I've been talking soup about Rodgers for 3 years. And now it's 3 years in a row that he loses a game at home to end the season. At home. An elimination game at home. 3 years in a row, he loses a game at home. And I've been on this for 3 years, and everyone says, oh, blah, blah, blah. That's actually what they said. A guy stopped me at Quick Trip, goes, hey, Bart, blah, 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 blah. I was like, get that checked out, but okay. And then, so I've been down on the team all year. It's like, I don't like this guy. I don't like Rodgers. I don't think he's good. Well, they're 4-8. They got a chance. All right. And then I buy in. I'm like, this can be fun. Let's buy in. So I buy in. And then what happens? This. I've been wrong about this team all year. I thought they were going to be good, and then they weren't. Then I thought they were trash, and then they won. And then I'm finally like, okay, they might win. And then, of course, I went to the game with my brother-in-law, and I was talking to his family before that. How do you think they're going to do tonight? I said, well, I've been pretty happy and confident in them, so I've been wrong about this team all year, so they'll probably lose because I've been starting to say that they're going to win. So they'll probably lose. And, then they lost. And this whole thing with Packers lost tonight. The Packers lost tonight. I know the last couple of days I've been talking about how if the Lions are eliminated, I don't think they'll try any harder. And some of you guys were saying, no, they're going to try way harder. They're going to be doing stuff that you wouldn't have dreamed of. Okay. So then Dan Campbell does some weird stuff at the end of the game, whatever that was, and then he goes for it. And you're like, see, the Jersey Als of the world are like, see, I told you not to doubt Dan Campbell. Bro, 58 minutes. The Lions were just going through the motions. Not playing super bad, but not like doing anything crazy. Oh, they ran a flea flicker because we've never seen that in the year 2020, whatever the fuck it is. The Lions didn't do anything globetrottery until the very, very end. So if I need to eat crow about that, man, then I guess I will. But I don't. The Lions are not why the Packers lost this game. The Packers lost because the Packers lost. Tim Shea's out at McGuire's. You hear me okay? How's everything?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How's my Wi-Fi?
You're great.
Oh,
I am so pissed that I actually got on this train to think that the Packers could win this game.
I'm pissed too. I'm pissed.
And
You know what?
and then there's people, I will not name names, Tony from Texas, who were like, "Oh yeah, the Packers can beat the 49ers." What? We all
I'm
got
pissed. I'm
we
pissed.
all got tangled in. We all got dog roped in. And here we are. 8-9 and not in the playoffs.
I'm pissed at everyone trying to dunk on me
Yeah, fuck them all. You know what? Fuck them all.
for me thinking that Rodgers was bad. For me thinking that Dan Campbell wasn't like the Lions did not. I mean, right? You know, I'm really pissed. I gotta tell you, I'm in a very agitated mood. You're still my Wi-Fi's good. Are you sure?
Yeah, you're great.
Okay. I get club seats tonight. Thank you to my brother-in-law. Club seats. So you sit in the club. It's inside. Pretty fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then for some reason, while you're in the club seats, they like eliminate the crowd. I didn't even hear the crowd noise for shit.
Well, you're behind glass.
I know, but they have okay. So could you at least pump in the crowd noise? Do you know what played the entirety of the game? The entirety of the game.
Oh boy, I know.
The radio broadcast.
Yeah. Yep.
They play the radio. If you sit in the club seats, they play the radio broadcast the entirety of the game. And I don't know who asked for this. I don't know why anyone would want this. But Wayne all night, who I think hates me from what I've been told, and he was cold to me at Panther Media Day.
What did you do to Wayne?
He's just one of these guys that thinks like I'm new age, like hot shot, that doesn't respect the old crew.
Well, I guess he is with some certain radio station, but carry on.
So he's been in the press box up all night, screwing up everything, not knowing what down it is ever. Reagan on the officials for how they're spotting the football, aka he doesn't know what's going on. Basically rooting all game. Oh, Detroit's playing hard in this one. No, they're fucking not. He's trying to like. It's just I don't listen to the radio broadcast unless I have to. And for some fucking reason, I had to this whole
You
game.
had to.
And
yeah,
it's so loud.
I don't like those club seats because you're behind the glass. If you could have gotten the club seats on the sideline.
I mean, I didn't want to sit outside like an idiot.
I know.
All right, let's start getting some people in here. I'm recording this. It's about 11:30 on a Sunday. I got to imagine some people are gonna willingly.
By the way, McGuire's was full for the game, full bar, and then everyone left as soon as the game was over.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be? It's a hot spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
The bar owner laughs.
He was laughing.
Joe, and that was a Packers Jesus behind him. It's now once again a Brock Purdy Jesus. Joe, how are you?
Not well.
Hey, Joe, I know how to help you out, and I figured out your problem.
Yeah, hit me.
Happy Place Hemp.
Well, okay. I don't want to
Hold on.
put.
I got the Delta. I got the nighttime ones.
Okay.
CBD and CBN.
Listen, I got a funny story from last night, but I can't put that on the radio.
I want to be as soon as this is over. I want to go to bed. So I'm taking two of them.
This isn't the radio. This is
it's on the radio.
You can say.
Didn't mean to blow up. I'm so sorry.
2 gummies right now. HappyPlaceHemp.com. Promo code Bart.
You took 2?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I take 1.
Bart's not making it through the show.
25% off. Why would I take 2 every time? I get 25% off.
Look,
HappyPlaceHemp.com.
I'm going to spend 5 seconds on this. Wicket put me on blast the other day, so I got to put him on blast. He has never, because you saw the tweet exchange. He asked me to DM him. He's never actually placed an order from Happy Place Hemp in to get to Iowa. I still stand by. I can't get it here.
No, you can, but you can't get. I have this. You can order the Delta 9s and the CBDs, but you can't order the Delta 8s or the THCOs in Iowa.
That's good information to have, and I can still use your promo code. So look at that. What a
Promo
win!
code Bart, happyplacehemp.com. Just pop. So what's up? How you feeling? Terrible night.
It was a terrible night. Two things real quick. The worst time that I've had at the end of a Packer season was the NFC Championship in 2014. So you obviously know that I'm in Iowa. We had this party where we invited everybody over that weren't Packer fans, but they had to come through the door and grab a T-shirt or a jersey that we had as a stack. Like, so through three, everybody had to wear Packers jerseys. I've got a really cute group shot when everything was great about 3/4 into that game. But at the end of it, my wife still reminds me of the time that I was doing snow angels in the kitchen just to kind of like get through it. And at that time of my life, I had 2 kids, and I was passed out sideways on the couch. And that was like a 3:30 game, right? So like this was 6:30 in the afternoon, 6:30 in the evening, that I was just passed out, and my adorable children are poking me, being like, "Hey, Dad, are you okay?" So that was not a good look. So tonight I feel like I'm taking this as like a moral victory for me that I'm still upright. But I've got my fork here, and I just want to ask, yeah, Tim, this is for you, buddy. As you know,
God bless you.
It's funny you say that because Jesus behind me has something to say.
Go ahead, Jesus.
Jesus. Who are we cheering for the rest of the season? Brock Purdy season. Brock Purdy season.
If Jesus is really up there in heaven hanging out, there's 8 million people on this earth. 8 billion. He don't know who fucking Brock Purdy is.
Bart, I've got a controversial take, and this will be my last Packers take for you for the year. What if the Packers trade Rodgers and we end up, because Trey Lance has to come back to the Niners, right, next year? What if we end up with a NFC Championship losing quarterback in Brock Purdy?
No, Jordan loves the answer, and I can't wait for him to be the starting quarterback of this team.
I don't disagree, but I just had to throw some controversy into it real quick.
All right, well, good luck to your Niners and Brock Purdy. Not even your Niners, but your guy Brock Purdy.
I'm not actually cheering for them. I'm actually a Bills fan for the rest of the season.
Oh, I'm with you. All right, Joe. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Talk to you on the Bucks broadcast.
Go Bucks.
All right, see ya.
Tim, lovely to see you.
Always.
Yeah. Paul Imig is somewhere here, I think. So we'll have him in a minute. And I do want to say that if you're on StreamYard, watch it on YouTube if you can, at Bart Winkler Show, because a lot of people are trying to get in to talk. And if I can only go up to 10 people, and we got a packed house tonight. Paul, you were watching Rodgers' press conference. Let me tell you everything you just sent me, if I may.
You may.
You said it could just be time to step away. Rodgers just now. I said, yeah, right. Boy, cried wolf. You said Rodgers just now. At some point, the carousel comes to a stop and it's time to get off. I said, nope, not buying. Asked if he can actually leave $60 million on the table. Yeah, I can definitely walk away from that. Okay, Rodgers, wait, Rodgers, you just lost at home for the 3rd time in 3 years in an elimination game. What do you have to say? Oh, geez, I might retire. Oh, fuck you. You know what I mean? Deflection City. It's Deflection City. 100%. Hot Take Jake is in here now, too. He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Deflection City. Population Rodgers.
Man, I've said it before. I take no pleasure in being right 100% of the time.
I'm always right. You know what I understood tonight as I'm walking around? I understood tonight that when I'm right and people are arguing with me, it's not that they're right. It's that they're too dumb to comprehend how wrong they are. Right?
Bart, come on
Bart
now.
Winkler Show. So like and subscribe.
Look, man, I think my last appearance on your show, I tried to talk you out of this. I tried to tell you what was going to happen. I tried to tell Tony. I tried to tell Matt he should have trusted his first instincts.
Someone needs to hold Tony accountable for what he has been saying all week, okay? Because that's number one on my target group right now.
Well, and he talked all you guys into this too.
I know, and I don't
Tony
know
has never
why.
talked me into anything.
I don't know why, but I am very pissed about that.
Tim, what's wrong with the Bucks?
Not Chris Middleton.
I had to try while we're in the right frame of mind here. No,
I'm not going to bite on that, okay?
This game, I mean, even as I'm watching it, I'm like, God, even if they squeak by and win this, like, they're just going to get manhandled by San Francisco. So, like,
no, according to little Tony, we beat San Francisco and go on and play Philadelphia. And, hey, we have a chance against them, too. So, sorry.
I mean, you know,
I'm done.
Maybe if Jordan Love starts, I said in the offseason, Jordan Love beat San Francisco in that playoff game last year. And I said this year, as we're approaching our 8-9 season, that Jordan Love would have had them in the playoffs by now to where it wouldn't have been a win and get in situation. But nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to listen to the guy that's always right.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get the best Wi-Fi possible.
Oh, you're good, Bart. You're good. We can hear you.
I don't think I am.
Bart,
we can hear you.
You sound good.
Jesus.
Bart, Paul, myself, and Tim all look like Avatar Way of Water, and you look like the original Avatar right now.
I can't get my HD on.
That's fantastic.
You look like PlayStation 2 graphics.
Design has improved. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't have a lot to say other than what an idiot Quay Walker is. Like, and Devontae Wyatt, who was everybody let him off the hook because he also like body checked the same guy that Quay did.
Yep.
He should have been thrown Georgia out idiots. Yeah.
He should have been thrown out too.
And for those of you who have been in this the whole time, which is good, I'm glad you were, and I watched the press conferences. LaFleur is extremely pissed and was public in the press conference with the fact that Quay Walker got ejected twice in the same season and for something so stupid, which is pushing a non-uniformed person, in this case, the trainer. So
the week of acknowledging how great trainers are.
I've been told that the person sitting to my right, that number 7 would not be on his team next year.
Well, because he's the first round pick and 22nd overall, he will be.
That's why. Yes, correct.
But if it was, you know,
a second round pick, what if it was a second round pick?
Nah, still he'd be fine. But like if it was a 5th, 6th, 7th round guy, a fringe guy, gone.
I'll tell you what. If Quay Walker was on Dan Campbell's team, that wouldn't have happened. Dan Campbell, greatest coach ever, because 2 minutes left in the game, he ran a loop-de-loo.
Hey, Bart, we'll talk more about this later this week, but the Lions forget the last 2 minutes because I know you're getting, hate for all of your takes on it, but the Lions played that game the same way they would have. They played extremely hard, which is what I expected. We don't have to debate the semantics of it.
I said they'd play a little like more lethargic. They didn't, but
they did. They played that game extremely hard, and Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn, those guys do deserve a lot of credit. Jamal Williams is a heartbeat of a team, and the Packers said, you know what, $2 million for Jamal Williams, can't do it. Just can't do it. Let's draft A.J. Dillon in the second round. Like, there's plenty of hits on the draft class hitting, throughout the years, but man, that one is a crusher.
But what I'm saying is, even if Dan Campbell did some things that were like cool, he didn't do them until the Packers had already fumbled in the red zone.
Again,
played chuck ball. Right. They were the aggressive ones. A 4th down. Okay. Allen Lazard end around. What are we doing?
Yeah, that was a terrible call. And the hook and ladder play, all that aside, Dan Campbell got the Lions, who had just been eliminated minutes before because that Rams-Seahawks game goes in overtime. He had his team playing extremely hard. And I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. I forget who posted this, so I can't give the reporter credit because I don't recall. But as the Lions coaches were getting into the elevator, into the visiting team elevator to go down the locker room, the Lions coaches were saying, can't go to lose that team twice, to which a Packers coach yelled across the hallway, really classy, to which the Lions coach yelled back, it was your quarterback who said it. So Rodgers' words from back in November 6th or whatever that was in Detroit clearly became bulletin board stuff, not just for the players, but for the coaches. And it's probably a contributing reason why the Lions said, to hell with this team, to hell with this quarterback, let's go beat their ass at home and eliminate them. Because it was clearly resonating, where even the coaches are yelling this stuff across the hallway to the other coaches after the game. So it was not forgotten from the 2 months ago that Rodgers said that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna keep getting people in here.
Keep getting them in, but I mean, if anybody else watched,
I don't want you to leave, you dumb shit.
What I'm gonna just leave on my own here in a few minutes. If anybody else saw the Rodgers press conference? I was enthralled by it. I think it was extremely captivating. I hope he's gone. I hope he's gone. I mean, I texted Bart this too. I said, I quoted Bart to himself in my text to Bart. I just want off this ride. It was a great press conference. Rodgers is a really engaging personality. That was it was a fascinating 20 minutes of commentary. But if anybody else watched it, I would just love to talk about Rodgers' comments, and if anybody else saw them or even read them on Twitter and what their reactions to them were, because I saw a guy that was contemplating his future, yes, but prepping for the inevitability.
But I don't believe anything he's. I
hear you. I hear you. You're not wrong. It is Boy Who Cried Wolf. You're totally not wrong. He's done it before.
It's the same shit that Favre did, and he's doing it.
He'll take his time. He'll we'll take a month or so to evaluate everything, and then we'll come back and decide. Just shut the fuck up, dude.
If I was running the Packers right now, the first thing I would do is I'd fire Matt LaFleur immediately.
Yeah, let's not go there quite yet.
I'm not.
No.
Hold on, Bart. Wait, hold on. The Packers should fire Matt LaFleur and trade their first round pick to the Saints for the right to hire Sean Payton.
Okay.
Or
No, I kept saying like Matt LaFleur. Jake, you got anything before I get into this? I'm going to bring in another guy.
I just wanted to comment that I did notice the first thing Rodgers said in the press conference was something about losing Devontae, which just couldn't just say I played bad or I should have played better. It's always got to be something else with this guy.
He's deflecting.
Anyways,
deflect.
Paul might get this reference. I'm ready for Green Bay Packers 23-24 rent season of love, baby.
Oh, well played, Jake.
See you, Jake. Love you.
Seasons of love.
That was our 8th grade graduation song, by the way, Paul. Seasons
Corey.
Was it really? Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, old friend?
Not too much.
All right, I got Corey in here. I got Tim Shea. I got Paul. I got my good buddy, Corey. Corey, before I go to you, and I just wanted to see your face while I say this. The reason I say I would fire LaFleur is, and I've been talking this year about LaFleur's going to outlast Rodgers. He's going to outlast Rodgers, whatever. LaFleur's had this team for 4 years with Aaron Rodgers. I don't need to see what it looks like without Aaron Rodgers. If you can't do anything with Aaron Rodgers, what are you going to do without him? This is 3 years in a row they've lost a game in January at Lambeau Field against teams that should not have come here. The Detroit Lions, dome. The Niners, West Coast, nice. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Florida, hot. You're getting teams in your building where you want them, in the weather you want it, under the lights. And you look, against Minnesota, what happened to that team? You got this team that was super uninspired, did not seem to care, just totally was playing stupid, wasn't playing smart, which is what I just said. It's just in a different way. Guys getting ejected, having dumb penalties, showing their frustrations. And a lot of this is on LaFleur. Like, LaFleur's had 4 years to figure this out, and he can't. If you think, okay, he doesn't deserve it, or he should get more time, or whatever, I understand. But he is not a guy that I would ever want leading my football team. Everybody's praising Dan Campbell for 2 minutes. If Dan Campbell was the coach of the Packers tonight, they win. If Sean Payton was the coach of the Packers tonight, they win. If Mike McCarthy was the coach of the Packers tonight, they win. There's a lot of people that if they coach the Packers tonight, they win. But Matt LaFleur is such a, I mean, like I said before, I think the best word I can use for him is, he's a fraidy cat. I mean, he is just he's a fraidy cat. He is Scrappy Doo. He's got no like determination. He's got no gusto. He's just so worried about the consequences of, like, if you present a decision to Matt LaFleur, he's gonna be like, well, this would be bad and that would be worse. There's never what's the good option. I think that he's a terrible, terrible leader, and I think he's a terrible head coach, and I can't get behind him. So prove me wrong on that one. I've been wrong about everything on this team this year, but I don't think I'm wrong on LaFleur.
So wait, Bart, you've done the Jason Kidd analogy with the Bucks, where it's like the house is on fire. Don't worry about just get out. Just get out of the house. It's on fire. Is the house on fire with the head coach?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say the Packers are on fire. I would say that he's not. The Packers, like I said, this is about winning Super Bowls. And we knew a long time ago this team was never going to win another Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. The last 3 elimination games have all been carbon copies of each other. And then and Matt LaFleur is a big part of that too. So if your goal is to win a Super Bowl, then I went to the game with a Bears fan tonight. Do you understand the night that he had? He got to see this game, and they got the number 1 pick. What an all-time tremendous day for him.
Yeah.
Corey, your thoughts on the game, LaFleur, Rodgers, otherwise?
I mean, just in general, and just so many just mental mistakes. I mean, you got Rasul Douglas going up and grabbing the ball from the line for why? I've never seen that before. Like, I watch, 3 games every Sunday. I've never seen that ever before. And then that happens. And then you got, Quay Walker going up and just like pushing a trainer. Why is that happening? AJ Dillon dropping a wide open pass. And he's got, at least decent hands. That happens. Just so many just dumb things that have happened that entire game. They should have been up probably by, 18 points in the first half. And they had to settle for field goals just by dumb shit.
You didn't even
Lions
mention
talk says good game, fellas. Yeah, good game.
And the defense, they look good early. A lot, and then, mental mistakes later on. Something else I kind of wondered is so McCarthy leaves, and then, LaFleur comes in. Is he kind of like when Gordon Ramsay comes in and fixes a kitchen, and then Aaron Rodgers is just like, well, I'm going to go back to my old ways, even though my kitchen was falling apart. Throughout the season, I don't necessarily know about this game.
Yeah, a lot of those restaurants end up closing anyway, 2 years later.
Right. And I mean, that's kind of like
well, maybe not Ramsey, but that other idiot. Tapper.
Right. Yeah, the bar guy. But you see the connection.
He's like, you go in, you treat him for free. You put a coupon down. The coupon says 50% off your next meal. Then they come in, you put another coupon down. It says free dessert. Now they got the coupon. You got him the 3rd time. They're going to come in there forever. Fuck that guy.
And I'm just wondering, if, you bring the new guy in, Rodgers buys into it a little bit and then goes back into his own ways, and, where he wants to run the show. But at the same time, I don't know, because we really don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and what kind of chemistry that both LaFleur and Rodgers has. But there's just a lot of things there. And obviously, tonight, I mean, there's just so many just goffs, pun not intended. That just
you're thinking of gaffs.
Gaffs.
Yeah. There you go.
Gaffs.
Gaps.
So it's just a lot of things because I came into this game, I thought we were just gonna just crush it. I think probably all four of us did.
I did. Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone to the game if I thought they were gonna lose.
Right. I'm really glad I didn't go to the game.
Where are you, Bart?
I'm at the same place I'm always at.
Your house?
Go play that piano for us.
Where are you?
See my background? It's the same.
Yeah, I see your background. Where are you?
I'm at Kroll's West.
Oh, okay.
No, did you guys see my tweet? I went to this bar D2 and there were two Bob Euchre looking like guys. Please go see my tweet if you missed
That
it.
was phenomenal.
The one guy's looking right at you.
Behind each other too.
Yeah, Paul, two different guys look like Bob Euchre in the same.
I saw your picture.
All right, Corey, anything else? I'm going to move on to the next.
No, I'm ready to move on to Dobbs looked like ass all night.
He was terrible.
I mean, and that was a guy who, mid-season, it was like he looked like he was going to just become the number one, while Watson's getting hurt and or not playing. And then, I mean, tonight, like, what happened to him?
Who played well tonight?
Aaron Jones.
I want to say Aaron Jones except for that fumble.
You're right. He fumbled. You are right.
The fumble overrides everything.
And he fumbles in huge games.
You know what? Sorry, go ahead, Corey.
Lazard sucked.
You're like, why is Aaron Jones fumbling in huge games? And I saw a stat in our Twitter group that Derrick Henry had more fumbles this year with 6, but he also had 132 more running attempts. So is Jones might be gone. I don't know. I don't know where
a busy off season.
But if we blow a few things up, but AJ Dillon can't be number one guy.
He sucks too. Sorry to say.
AJ Dillon is fine. He doesn't suck. He's fine. He's not good.
Yeah.
Same with Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is not bad. It's just
Aaron Jones is really good, but the 5 fumbles this year is concerning. And I was going to say the same thing if Corey hadn't, which is, I think it was the 49ers playoff game, or was that playoff game last year or the year before where he fumbled in the really big spot Aaron Jones did?
That was the Bucs game, I believe.
Bucs game. Thank you.
That was definitely the Bucs game, but I don't know about last year. I can't recall.
But was one when when was the time that he hurt his chest or his ribs? Remember that play?
That was last year.
So he's done it 3 times.
Yeah.
All at home.
Aaron Jones is a big game fumbler, man.
Corey, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, you too, my man.
You have a good one.
Good night.
That's Corey, Cream City. Got Tim here. I got Paul here. What?
I look on the TV behind me after a big Packers loss. There's Mike McCarthy talking about the playoffs.
Oh, is the schedule out yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they play
Monday night.
Well, if San Francisco does play the first game of the playoffs next Saturday.
San Francisco, Seattle, and then Chargers, Jags at night. Sunday is Dolphins, Bills, Giants, Vikings, and then Ravens, Bengals, and then Cowboys and Buccaneers on Monday night. All of this is completely not what I thought it would be in any situation at all. None of these games are where I thought they would be.
I can promise you Packers 49ers would not have been the 4:30 Saturday game.
No, that would have been Saturday night. I bet that was supposed to be Saturday night.
Saturday or Sunday night.
No, Saturday night.
Because Niners are on Saturday. I bet you that was supposed to be Saturday night.
Why would that not be the Bengals Ravens? Like, I'm not really like Bengals Ravens. If Lamar Jackson doesn't play, I don't want to watch Bengals Ravens.
Let me bring in the Sklar brothers.
Oh shit!
Oh boy.
Dave and Cudahy and Tom and maybe Cudahy too. What's up, guys?
Double fisting. I'm feeling good, baby. I'm feeling great. You're riding the love train now. Yeah.
Hey, you guys have the most professional setup, and you sound the worst.
Yeah, well, it's all done in a lovely attic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't even have a real ceiling. We don't even use a camera when we record. We just
look at them Sklar each other.
My
They like,
holding the phone
Paul,
right
you know
now.
how Sklar is like. It's just,
Yeah.
Hey, Dave,
can I not hear us? Maybe they can't hear us.
Damn it! I hear you.
I don't know why
I hear
they
you.
can't hear us.
Funny
They should be able to hear us.
I hear you, and I'm making fun of you.
Dave, can you hear me?
Nope, definitely should be able to hear us.
Dave.
I don't know why they're laughing. Maybe.
I hear you.
What the hell?
We hear you.
You should be able to hear us.
Okay.
Oh God, this is awful.
What's going on?
Dave,
They
can you hear me?
Right?
All right, I'm
Drop
gonna mute
'em.
them for a second.
Drop them.
Matt in the Falls. Hey, buddy.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
You dumbass.
Who, me?
What's up, Matt?
Well,
Jesus.
I'm in a difficult position here because obviously
You were right, and then you said you were wrong, and now you were actually right the whole time.
No. I said I was right and that I was right, but I was wrong, and that I wasn't wrong for being right at the time. But a lot of people were calling me a hater, making fun of me when I pulled up my whiteboard 5 weeks ago to show how terrible this team was. I said this team is garbage. I said this team is trash. And they roped us back in. They fucking curb stomped the Vikings. And then they lay this it's not even an egg. It's diarrhea. It's big, wet, sloppy, stinky diarrhea all over the place.
Poop.
Just
They
nothing
poop
on
everywhere.
defense. Just moronic plays. I want to use words that I can't use.
You can use them all. Oh, yeah, don't use that one.
No, I can't. I don't know what you're thinking of, but it's not.
No, you can't use that one.
I don't know what we'll talk later. But shame on us. Shame on us for believing in this team. They were 4-8. They were dog shit. They still are dog shit. And they somehow roped us back in. And shame on us for having our hopes up. This is what we get. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm the most mad at myself, Matt.
I'm mad at myself for buying into Tony's propaganda.
Yeah.
I wanted to believe. I wanted to be part of the revival and not.
I will give you a standing ovation for that comment right there.
Thank you.
Because that's who I went with.
He's probably leading a space right now about
in.
something. Who knows?
Fuck that.
Competing with us for listeners.
I'm mad that this is how I started the show because I rushed to get one of these up tonight, and I love that there's just a lot of people that I hate, and it's a lot of Packer fans. It's how come Packer fans tell me all week that they don't they're afraid of the Lions if they're not in the playoffs, and then I go to a bar before the game and the whole bar is cheering for the Seahawks to lose as if it's like the Vikings in the Super Bowl.
Seahawks should have lost. They should have lost, and then the Lions wouldn't have played the way.
Oh, you guys are good now?
Yeah, no, it was my fault. I had the same stereo mix on the OJs as I did for you guys, so that's why we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, and you sound way better. Yeah.
Oh, on the OJs.
Yeah, you didn't hear the love train going off? Did you guys hear the love train?
No, nothing came through. Were you trying to play that? Jesus. See, you guys, Dave and his brother are sitting there like a fancy equipment. The more fancy you try to get, the harder it is.
Can't
help it.
know
how hard I felt?
We'll see.
How hard I felt for this. I took a 50 minute drive today, and I listened to G-Force on repeat there and back.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that's your fault. This team should have
like
just
26
3 weeks ago. This team.
I was getting pumped. I'm banging my fist on the steering wheel. I'm hitting the roof of my car. Like, we are gonna fucking do this. And they shit the bed. They let us all down.
Dave, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
If I ever agree with Tony again, can you please lead me back in the
Sam, a lot of your commentary is Tony. I think that's the thing you and me need to hash out, not whatever you're doing here.
Because I got back on that train.
Well, that's why you guys shouldn't do 8 Twitter Spaces a day. You're gonna get
think for yourself, Timmy. Yeah. Think for yourself.
Tell him that then.
You joined it, Tim. Come on.
Yeah. Every time there's a space up on Twitter with Tony in Texas, you're the first one there.
Okay, well now I'm done.
He's hoping for his girlfriend from like Great Britain to join in.
Lois or whatever her name is.
Tim was
don't
Bart-
talk about Lois.
Bart was ripping Lois last time I was in his face.
He's watching right now. Okay.
Oh yeah, I don't remember doing that.
Well, that's fair. You don't want to remember after more often than not when we join spaces because the Packers have lost in glorious fashion.
All right, what do the Cudahy brothers have to say?
I think we're on the same wave. We're ready for Jordan Love. We've been ready for Jordan Love, and as soon as we get him, we'll be happy. Bart, you know this. I've been all about Jordan Love for the better part of a year and a half, maybe even closer to 2 years. I knew Rodgers was going to let us down, man. This is statistically his worst season as a starting quarterback. Like, his worst season. QBR lowest it's ever been outside of, 2006. I mean, it's just bad.
Well, yeah, now he wants us to all think he's going to retire. So we're going to all wake up tomorrow, and instead of talking about Rodgers' awful performance 3 years in a row at Lambeau, we're going to be like, do you think he'll really retire? Gosh, I hope not.
And there's Derek Carr's coming over with a Vegas trade. Are we going to get screwed and do something stupid like that?
No.
I'm gonna say this right now and hold me to this. If anyone other than Jordan Love starts week 1, I ain't gonna even. I'm fucking out. I'm taking the year off.
I'll hop on there with you.
It can't be Rodgers. It can't be a trade. It can't be
Andy Dalton.
If anyone other than Jordan Love starts week 1, I'm
Jameis. Give me Jameis. Damn it.
I'll take Jameis.
Mike White. Mike
White's actually worse than Zach Wilson. That's what's funny. All right, I'm gonna get some other guys here if that's cool.
If you're gonna boot me, I got one more thing. Shout out to Zach, who recognized me at the grocery store this morning.
Yeah, you got recognized. How's that?
That's like my first public recognition ever. So it was like, wow, this is what it's like to be Bart and just be. Wow, it was great.
At a grocery store.
So shout out to Zach. I know you're out there. Hello, Zach.
So did he come up to you and was like, "Hey, is this weird? But are you Matt in the Falls?" Or
we were in the produce section, and we kind of we were coming together.
We reached for the same orange.
Our carts were coming together. He had the big fire truck cart with his kid in it. I was really jealous. It was sweet. But yeah, we made eye contact a few times. He was like, "Hey, are you Matt in the Falls?" I said, "Yes, I am." And here we are in the Falls. So I took a picture, sent him right away. It was great. It's great.
I expect you to be Matt in the produce section for the next week.
I'll be whatever as long as I don't have to watch any more of this Packers crap. Go Bucks. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
Fuck this.
All right, see you, Matt. Anything else from the Cudahy boys?
Retire. Not you. Well, not you, Bart. But
someone tweeted me tonight. They're like, I got a lot of people tweeting me. A lot of people ready to do victory laps on me for a tweet I said yesterday or a tweet I said in September, whatever. One guy goes, "This is why I stopped listening to Winkler, because I realized he says the same nonsense that we all think, but he gets paid for it." I'm like,
this was
you
literally
think I get paid for this shit still?
This was literally the worst scenario for the Packers.
Yes.
They're not in the playoffs, and they bumped down their draft pick to their 15th now?
15.
Whoop fucking do. Whoop.
I hate to say this too. I think they would have beat San Fran.
Oh
God.
No,
now you're just trying to troll Tim Shea.
Stop! God!
I think they would have beat him.
Tim Shea will come drink with you at McGuire's.
Thank you. Come to McGuire's. Here's where I am. Cheers.
I will say that I think with Rodgers telling Jameson Williams that he won't do the jersey swap, I want to hold on to this one. Also makes me like.
Who did you do that with Jameson or Jamal?
Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams. He said, "Can I jersey swap with you?" He said, "No, I want to hold on to this one." So,
now that's more than a press conference to me.
You know what I
so
mean?
Hold on. He was asked about it in the press conference, in fact, and he said he likes to hang on to Sunday Night Football jerseys. He likes to hang on to special ones that.
Oh my God!
So he's got 75 jerseys in his house.
Yeah, come on.
No, I'm just relaying what he said. He was asked about it directly. He said, "Oh, I we heard that you didn't want to switch jersey with Jameson Williams," and Rodgers said, I'll send him one. But these are ones I like to keep, and these are the ones that I hold on to. These are special games.
Because he's retiring.
Right.
No, Mallory got dibs on it, and she needs something. He likes the.
Oh, he did say it's not about me keeping them. It's about giving them to someone. It's about giving them to special people in your life.
Yeah, he wants Mallory to wear it during.
All his family hates him. Who the fuck is he giving jerseys to?
Mallory
Edens.
Blue Childfire? Like, she gets them all? What is
you
this?
guys got to catch up. There's a new woman in his life.
Really? It's Mallory Edens, dude. Who the fuck is that?
Oh the Bucks owner's daughter.
This is the perfect time to drop us.
All right.
To go educate him.
Yeah, go scroll Instagram for turn into 40 minutes on Mallory Edens.
Yeah, I'm gonna start lounging like Paul Emig right now.
Good night, Dave.
Watch Matilda.
Right, later, dudes.
Watch Matilda. Great musical.
Hell yes.
I got Matt from the mill. Matt, thanks for being patient. What's up,
now,
buddy?
Let's do 5 minutes on Matilda.
How are you?
Oh, that's fine, buddy. I'm sitting downtown in my car and I just left the fucking broad house.
Hold on.
Tim's here having a good time.
Where's that coming from? What you are hearing is audio of Apollo 11. Matt.
Yeah.
Hit
what's
the dump
up?
button, Bart.
What's up, brother?
Your mic is awful.
No, hold on a minute. Hold on. I got you 1 second.
Yeah. We've just this is a big moment for us. We've just obtained the rights to George Orwell's War of the Worlds. And we thought we'd broadcast it here tonight. Live. All right, let's try Matt again. Matt.
Yeah, why'd you mute me?
Because it sounds awful, dude.
Am I muted?
Matt,
what do you mean it sounds?
Dump him, Bart.
Your audio's off.
The dump button.
All right. Let me bring in Badger Bloodies. Matt, I'll keep you there. We'll try again in a sec.
Oh my gosh. What is this? Amateur hour?
Oh, it's always been that.
Do you hear me now?
Oh no, Matt, don't.
You hear me now?
None of us can hear you.
Matt, just leave a voicemail or leave a comment.
Matt, are you also on the Wi-Fi at McGuire's?
His voice isn't even moving.
I don't even know where McGuire's is.
Matt, I gotta let you go. It's not working.
Oh my goodness. Well, what a night we find ourselves on.
Matt, tomorrow go check the YouTube, the 47-minute mark. Oof.
Oh, Badger Bloodies, my other Uber driver.
Hey, Uber Brothers.
There
represent.
we go.
Is it like the opposite of Eskimo Brothers where none of you guys have ever fucked anyone?
You can go fuck off, Bart.
Gummies are kicking in.
I have, so fuck you.
What's up? What's up, bloodies?
Man, I just want to say a lot of people were already looking ahead to the 49ers. This was already chalked up as a win. I need all the Aaron Rodgers. I need all the Joe Barry. I need all the Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur apologists. Please stand up and identify yourselves because everyone has got some explaining to do. There's been a lot of chugging of the green and gold Kool-Aid going on, and I'm leading an Inquisition, okay? I've been keeping receipts. I've got a list, and I'm checking it twice.
That's it? That's where you end?
Yeah, I was thirsty. I needed a drink.
Oh, I thought you like wrote that down.
I thought he
No,
came
I was
prepared.
just
Yeah, that was prepared material.
I mean, I'd gone over it in my head a time or two. But I'm glad you liked it. It's true though, you know.
Yeah, Matt says that was really good and then it just ended.
Sounds like Mars Attacks.
Oh yes, yeah. All right, give me.
No, it's huge, disappointing loss tonight. I think we had been kind of riding what we thought was a little bit of magic carpet ride number 2 going into this game. I saw a lot of people just saying there's no way the Green Bay Packers lose this one. Very disappointing just in terms of an energy and a discipline standpoint. The 2 just boneheaded penalties, particularly the Quay Walker, absolutely unnecessary. And I think that just stems from the culture that Matt LaFleur has. That you got to think that he's lost the locker room after seeing something like that. I mean, there's no excuse for that.
I don't think he ever had it.
That's a good point. Maybe
Do any of these guys ever like play for Matt LaFleur? The clearly the Lions
Probably
play
not.
for Dan Campbell.
Who
Nobody
do you
plays
think
for
played
Matt
for their
LaFleur.
coach more, Matt LaFleur's Packer teams or Mike McCarthy's Packer teams?
Who? What?
I can tell you firsthand on the McCarthy years. There were years they played for him, and there were years they wanted him gone. So it depends what year you're talking about.
That's fair.
Like 2011, 2012, they played for McCarthy. After 2014, after they blew the Seattle game, they were not playing for McCarthy. That was the end.
So they kept him for a long time. Now, I don't think
they kept him 4 years too long.
So that being said, how much of a leash does Matt LaFleur have? How much more do you think that, he's going to be around? How hot is the seat getting?
I
think that this is, to me, this is LaFleur's 2014 Seattle. Like, this is the moment we're going to look back and say they should have fired him then. I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, it's lukewarm at best.
Yeah,
I think you're right about that.
LaFleur,
I think if anything,
LaFleur,
it's Joe Barry or it's members of the staff before it would be LaFleur.
You know what?
Brian Gutekunst is not a reactionary GM.
Well, and I think it's okay to not be a reactionary GM, but I really do hope that LaFleur, and I think his biggest flaw in his characteristics is the holding people accountable thing. So it's one thing that he threw Quay Walker very sternly under the bus in his post-game press conference. Is it going to lead to cutting Quay Walker, the 22nd overall pick in the 2022 draft? No. But he did say it's a reflection of me as a coach. It's a reflection of our coaching staff that we have a player who would do that. I know we've had the Joe Barry conversation over and over and over. You're not going to cut a guy like Quay Walker, but at a certain point, like I know we saw like the Joe Barry, Matt LaFleur hug, and I was among the people who probably thought, okay, well, that's a I'm keeping you until at least next season type of hug. I think, at a certain point, like I want LaFleur to hold people accountable. And Bart, I think I saw your tweet right before I jumped in here. It was like, maybe the first place you should look is in the mirror. He's not going to fire himself, but he made the Joe Barry hire. He's made a lot of these decisions over the past 4 years.
I bet you he'd fire himself. I bet you he'd fire himself before he fired Joe Barry.
Well, you know who fired himself is David Stern with the Brewers. So maybe David Stern's with the Brewers. So maybe LaFleur will fire himself. I guess it's happened recently in Wisconsin sports history. But it's a reflection, I think, that I just want to see LaFleur stand up, and if this is ever going to actually be his team, now's the time to do it. Now is the moment.
Well, he's going to let Rodgers walk off into the sunset when he should be the one in this press conference to say, we got to be better, and it starts with the quarterback.
Yeah, but he didn't. He had every chance to do that. Speaking of, I know I've been like the press conference guy who's been talking about that throughout the show, but that he did the exact opposite. He said, oh, absolutely. I hope he comes back, but that decision's up to him. Like, it is like he had every chance to say, he's like, one of the reporters did ask LaFleur directly. He said, this was statistically Rodgers' worst season and like, just, it was something to that effect. Does it start and stop with the quarterback position? And LaFleur's like, oh, it's all facets. It's all facets. We have to get better in every phase of the game. So he had every chance to be a little bit critical about Rodgers, and he definitely said, no, thank you. I'm just going to say, oh, well, we're all responsible. In fact, LaFleur said, it's all coming back to me. He said, the quarterback position is one of those where you get too much credit when you do well, too much blame when you do poorly.
Jesus.
So blah, 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 blah. So no, he had a chance, a very direct question about it, and took the other route, took the all facets of the team type of approach to his answer, which is not surprising because LaFleur seems like the only person he'll ever blame, at least directly, is himself, which he overdoes, in my opinion. He over shits on himself in the press conference route. But yeah, He's ride or die with Rodgers. Rodgers is going to have to voluntarily walk away, which, by the way, even if Rodgers retires, just so everyone knows this, there's still a $40 million dead cap hit if Rodgers retires. So they don't actually pay him any money if he retires, but they still lose $40 million off their cap thanks to that contract extension they gave him last offseason.
So what's the ideal scenario here? Are we
Ideally
hoping
he retires?
No.
He comes back.
Do we want to? So he retires. He gets traded. He just comes back and plays for the Packers.
The Packers
scenario.
No, Timmy. No, the best scenario is that they trade him for 3 first-round picks, which they can still do.
This doesn't make any sense.
Yes,
I don't want him to play.
No,
I don't want him to play anywhere else. No, I don't want to play anywhere else.
You would really care if he played for the Las Vegas Raiders?
Oh my God! And him and Devontae teaming up again? That'd be awful.
Just so you know, the Packers do have to go to Vegas next year and play them.
So what?
If he's looking for a game next year, then there it is.
It's far away geographically. It's in the other conference. It's a relatively irrelevant franchise in recent years. Just go to Vegas, dude. Someone is going.
Paul,
to
are we doing this week?
Yeah.
Okay, save that one for
I will.
And Tim, you're in on it. You free? Okay. All right, Badger, I'm going to say goodbye to you.
Have a good night, gentlemen.
Good to see you, buddy. Good half speech earlier.
I'm being attacked on Twitter, by the way, so.
Well, is it by this gentleman, Tony in Texas?
Oh, hey. Shit, here we go.
First of all, Tim, you're a Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, apparently I'm out of the family now, too.
I thought we were friends. Okay, so Bart, I you know what? This goes back to Matt LaFleur. They had the worst red zone offense in the league. I think they missed Nathaniel Hackett more than people want to believe because he did not have success in Denver. They did not do a good job with the offensive coordinator position. Stenovich, what did he prove? Do we know anything about Stenovich, Paul Imig? I didn't see anything with this offense. The offense was brutal all year. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. They couldn't convert. The offensive line was banged up. David Bakhtiari is an albatross. No one's talking about that. It was just not offensively, just disjointed all the way around. Red zone, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Those are your money downs. They couldn't convert. They couldn't do it again. That's why this team's going home.
Well,
by the way,
hold on. I got something. Paul, I got something.
Yeah.
Do you know in the club seats they play the radio broadcast the entire time?
God, stop.
Yeah, I got him.
Tony, why couldn't you say that all week?
All right, Tony, back to you. Paul, you were talking.
I just want to say I was surprised to see in the introductions that David Bakhtiari, his contract is absolutely an albatross. I was surprised to see he was like the 5th-ranked pro football focused tackle in all of the NFL this year. So
when he's playing, Paul.
Totally. I mean, again, it's a total albatross. It's a terrible contract. But I was like, really? Like, so even when he's playing, he's still playing pretty well, but he's just never playing, which we know is the issue.
It's no fault of his own, but it is what it is. That's where he is right now in his career. And they tied up big money with him. And, they're going to be in cap hell. So, Bart, you said you want to get rid of LaFleur. I'm actually down for that, but who would you want to replace him with? Is Sean Payton the guy you want? Do you want a Jim Harbaugh? I mean, you got to start thinking names if you're going to replace the head coach that within his first 3 years was the most successful coach in NFL history, by the way, Bart.
No, he wasn't.
Well, according to his record, he was. And as Bill Parcells said, you are what your record is. So,
well, Tony,
you don't do anything and just let Rodgers chuck it deep to Devontae for 3 years.
Tony, you might have been Twitter spacing your own thing earlier, but I'm going to save this for Tuesday at Tim and Bart, or Wednesday, so don't answer it now. But it's that the Packers should trade a 1st-round pick so they can hire Sean Payton. I mean, someone's going to if Sean Payton coaches in the 2023 season, it's because the team traded a 1st-round pick for him. That's a real thing. That's
Payton was on Fox. Explaining to Schrager that he talked to the Broncos, aka putting out smoke signals. Someone else please contact me so I don't have to go to the fucking Broncos. Yeah, that's what was happening.
Well, what's the more attractive job? What's more attractive to Green Bay?
I would say honestly, even if Aaron Rodgers does retire or is traded, I still think the Green Bay Packers job would be incredibly attractive.
Agree, Paul. But there's no accountability up there. They run, they do their own thing until Murphy's gone. They do whatever they want as long as Murphy's happy.
So you're blaming Murphy.
Let's just say Aaron Rodgers, and you were talking about why does Aaron Rodgers have control of things? He got Russ Ball, Brian Gutekunst, and Matt LaFleur all raises, hefty raises in job security in a league that has 32 of those jobs. Yeah. That's why he gets to do what he wants to do.
Well, again, there's pros and cons to not having an owner, or in some cases like a strong-willed owner. And yeah, it's easier to walk over a group of people when there's not a true actual owner. And by the way, we can have the LaFleur conversation all we want. Matt LaFleur, unless he voluntarily leaves, is going to be the coach next season.
Yeah, I agree.
It's still a worthwhile conversation, but he'll be the coach.
He will. Okay, now I got to get back to
hold on. Tim's had his hand up.
2 more years. 2 more years of Murphy, which means 2 more years of Gutekunst, which means 2 more years of LaFleur.
You know what? I'm not sure I want to throw. I don't know. I think I feel okay.
They're not going to fire anyone. They're not going to let go of anyone. You got 2 more years. That's it. Murphy's out in 2 years.
Guys, let me bring back in the prince of the produce section, Matt in the Falls.
Hey, Bart, I do have to say before you get to Matt, and Matt, if you want to chime in on this, I think this Dan Campbell thing about hyping up his team, and yeah, he's a good story. We all saw Hard Knocks. But is this more about X's and O's or the Joes or what? What I saw plays on 4th down where players were getting open. Lions were getting first downs. Why are they open? Why are they getting first downs?
Dan Campbell had less than 1% to do with tonight's win.
I totally agree.
No. That's a terrible
I agree with Bart.
What do you give him?
40 to 50%.
I give him 50%.
It's like 98% the Packers blew this game, guys.
Okay, but if you have to, okay, whatever, I'll grant you that. But if you had to give credit to another team, which you do, Dan Campbell is it's like when the Packers hired Matt LaFleur. Bart, take yourself back to the LaFleur.
Everyone thinks Dan Campbell's so great. You know who's not in the playoffs? Also, the fucking Lions. So
I agree with you, Bart, 100%.
They did finish with a better record. The other thing I'd say is take yourself back.
Hey, look,
take yourself.
Dan Campbell, if he's so fucking great, make a playoffs once in your goddamn life.
Well, he's only had 2 tries at it, and it's the Lions.
He's over 2.
It's the Lions. Okay, he didn't inherit Aaron Rodgers in the Green Bay Packers.
He coached the Dolphins too for a while. PC principal.
Okay, if you go back to the LaFleur press conference when he was first hired, and he sat next to Mark Murphy, and Mark Murphy talked 95% of the time, you knew as a Packers fan you had to know at that point who the Packers were going to be led by. A more like standoffish sort of, mastermindy kind of coach. Dan Campbell, if Mark Murphy tried to overtalk of Dan Campbell in the press conference, Dan Campbell would step up and step on Mark Murphy.
Right. Dan Campbell's more authoritative than Matt LaFleur, but the Lions did not win this game tonight.
Well,
nothing that Campbell did until the 2 minutes left in the game.
The Packers, what you're saying, Bart, is the Packers lost the game.
The Packers lost the game because, okay, I witnessed maybe Aaron Rodgers' last game ever. I certainly witnessed Mason Crosby's last game ever. Those kicks in real life, looked like they looked like they were dying. Like the footballs were dying.
Well, footballs do die in the cold.
But it was pathetic. It was one of the more, honestly, Mason Crosby's 53-yard whatever that missed was one of the more pathetic football plays I've seen in my entire life.
Now, hey, Bart, the offense was not any better compared to last week. They won last week, and Paul Emig, you got to agree with me here. They got turnovers, and Keyshawn Nixon had the big return.
Yeah,
they didn't get Nixon was not good at all today, and Correct. They got no turnovers.
Hey, Tim, is McGuire trying to kick you out because they're usually not open past midnight?
No, we're talking something else.
McGuire's like, this is the first time we've ever been open this late.
Oh, he's listening on his phone. We have a question at the end of the show.
Oh,
just keep
turn him into a fan.
Is it about the playoff? Is it about the playoff hurry up?
No. Yeah.
Is
Yeah. When's the hurry up coming here, by the way?
that a free beer?
Yeah, I didn't see you order that.
Yeah, this one's on you, by the way. You have a running tab. I've said to put it on Bart's tab. You owe about $45.
Hey, that's fine because as Paul Embig knows, Muffin just won a fantasy league tonight, son.
Yeah, if Bart didn't mention it, he did win a dynasty league that I'm in.
I did. Thank you. Matt, did you have anything to say to Tony earlier? You said that
I wanted to give Tony the floor to admit that I was right and he was wrong.
Well,
And
I will say this.
Nope, you always interrupt me. This team is garbage, and it was garbage the whole year. Do you disagree?
I think that was a question, Tony.
All right. They underachieved. On paper, they were a good team. This goes back to Bart and what I think. This was a poorly coached team.
This was the least enjoyable Packer team of my lifetime.
They did not play well most of the season, Matt. They got hot. I am a fan of the Green Bay Packers. I want to win games, and I cheer for my team, and they blew it the last game.
Okay, so would you rather have it played out the way it was now, or would you rather be 5-12 and have the 6th pick or whatever?
I'd rather have it play out like now.
I knew you'd say that.
Oh, whoa, wow.
But no, I'm firmly on the other side. I would rather have just punted and just 5-12, and we can start rebuilding.
Yeah, the only thing I will say, I'll give you this little caveat though, is that we don't know as much about Jordan Love as we could have.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That was part of my thing was get
That's the whole point.
So now we have to give Rodgers or not. Blah, blah, blah. Now we have to give LaFleur and Love 2 years together to see what they have. And that's if
maybe that was LaFleur's master plan. Maybe
and that means LaFleur gets a contract extension, everybody.
No, because he just did get an extension. He's got like 3 years.
They got to
left.
give him a year with a new defensive coordinator because Barry is terrible. So they have.
No,
he's got to be like, oh, you got to give me a chance.
Joe Barry did not lose this game.
Get Lovie Smith in here. I don't care.
Joe Barry did not lose this game. Aaron Rodgers did not fumble that ball. Aaron Rodgers didn't drop the A.J. Dillon pass. You know, it's not all on Aaron Rodgers.
Well, Tony, let me.
It's not, but he's also still throwing the ball over their heads every single time.
Also,
any deep ball, you can just count on it being 5 yards out of bounds every time.
This is always my point with a quarterback.
There was one to Watson that was good.
Is he overpaid at this point, Matt?
Yes.
I will agree with that.
Yes.
I mean, if we have Kirk Cousins tonight, we win that game.
Probably.
If we have Jared Goff tonight, we probably win that game.
The running game was trash.
If we play Jordan Love tonight, we probably win that game.
We lost this game in the trenches.
If we have Justin Fields, we win that game tonight.
Nah, I don't know about that. All right, Matt, Tony, anything else from you guys?
Go Bucks. Fuck this.
That's a team you got to worry about.
Let's worry. Hold on.
I'm trying to be positive because we have nothing else to be positive for. The Bucks are our only hope.
Hey, I want a Marquette update this week.
Oh,
okay, the Marquette Gold yesterday beat Georgetown.
The Gold.
Gonna kick somebody out.
And hey,
Marquette Gold, you really did.
Marquette Gold. I mean, we got to take it by their name for 2 days. The Marquette Gold.
Yeah.
And
Matt left.
Luke Fickle is working wonders.
Oh yeah, five new signees tonight.
Tonight?
Yes.
Jesus.
They got a new center who is like the number one, who is going to be the best transfer portal guy, whatever you want to call him, to sign so far this year. So.
And Tim, let's go Horned Frogs. That's our
Horned Froggies.
Frogs.
Let's go. See, Tony, people are yelling at me on Twitter right now like, fuck you, Tim. Fuck you.
Well, you deserve it.
Fuck that. You do.
For being a fan of my team? I'm a fan of my team. I come at you with facts, logic, and hope.
But you told everyone that the Packers would beat the 49ers.
I said this would be a tough game against Detroit.
No, you did not. Laura will back me up on that.
So what?
And I'm done.
I'm a fan of the Packers.
All right.
I'm a fan of the Packers. So what? Sue me.
All right, Tony.
All right, Bart. Hey, where are you really at? Where are you at? Krause West?
I'm at the same place I'm always at.
Okay. All right. See you guys later, Paul, Tim. Another Packers season in the books.
You know what? Thanks, Tony.
All right, see you guys.
I'm not at my house, but if I was, I could have done a broadcast at 12:30. I was all worried. I was like, oh, people are gonna go to bed. No, nobody's in bed. I'm not going to bed after this shit.
But one thing I want to say, Bart, when you had 5 people in the box here, did Rodgers? You know, if someone says like Rodgers didn't lose them that game, I think that's a fair statement. But again, when a quarterback is making the percent of the cap that Rodgers is, it can't be on them to not lose the game. It has to be on them to win the game.
You can't have Rodgers play how he did against San Fran, against Tampa, and against Detroit in the 3 elimination games at Lambeau.
Right.
3 years in a row. If it's not clear to people now, he is done. Rodgers is done.
Well, and again, done is
play like JJ Watt can still play. He had 2 sacks today, but he's going to retire. Rodgers can still play, but he is done.
I know you speak in like these definitives, but like Rodgers can play anywhere he wants next year and be at worst, league average quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He can play anywhere with any offensive line, with any receiver group, and he'll be league average. The problem is he's not going to play top 5-ish anymore, and he has to be that for the Packers to win the Super Bowl as constructed. So that's why I'm all for them trading him, because you have to at some point just say, okay, the current construction, and this is a repeat episode. Like, this is the same thing we said last year at the same time. It's like the construction with Rodgers making the amount of money he is, and thus the percent of the cap he is, it just doesn't work. So you just have to start over. You just have to at quarterback, because this is not going to happen. He's not going to play like a top 3 to top 5 quarterback in these games. He's done it 3 years in a row. At what point is it not a coincidence and it's just a pattern of proving further and further that it's a fact? Like, and Bart, you said this before too. Are we sure? I know like Rodgers gets really hyped up when the Packers are going to play at home in a playoff game or in a must-win play in a pseudo playoff game like this was tonight. But they're better off not playing at Lambeau Field in the cold weather when he's the quarterback. So it's the wrong quarterback for the wrong team in the wrong weather environment. So even if you have a home game in this weather, it's not the right situation. You'd rather be playing on the West Coast or in Florida or in a dome.
There is no right situation. He's proven that he can't win at home. It doesn't matter where they play this game.
Well, you say at home, but like, okay, let's say he's a Las Vegas Raider and they're in a playoff game a year from now. I'm not going to say, oh, Rodgers isn't going to win this game. But at Lambeau in 20-degree temperature, that's where it's not going to happen. I don't know why anyone. So, Bart, what do you think? What's Horvath going to say this week? Is Horvath going to say like, "No, we need him back. I love Rodgers." Like, what is like
he probably thinks Rodgers. He probably thinks Rodgers is done.
You think so? Like, does he want him to be done? Would you guess?
No, he wants Rodgers to play until Horvath dies.
So what if Rodgers says he wants to come back? Like he goes up to the brass and says, "I want in."
The problem with that, Tim, is you know exactly what's going to happen, and they're going to say, "Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh, we cannot wait. Please feel free to skip training camp. No problem."
So who do you blame? Who do you start with? Murphy?
I don't think Murphy would be involved to that degree with that type of decision, but I mean that's the head coach. That's the head coach, 100%. No, not
all right. Are you guys ready for a top 5?
95%. Yeah. What is it?
And then I think I'm going to wrap it up. I think I'm going to go live on Monday. Bucks play the Knicks, but then the national championship game's on.
Yeah.
I'll be live at some point. I don't know. All right. This is brought to you by Carl's Place, let's say, since I haven't talked about the voicemail line yet, which you can call 402-915-BART if you're hearing this and want to be on Monday's show. What I would like for Tuesday's show is I'm going to try to talk to different people, but I would like, this is my call out right now, for as many voicemails as possible. So I'll probably get like 1 or 2. But I would like to hear from you guys. Carl's Place voicemail line, 402-915-BART, 402-915-BART. And you can still leave a voicemail on the Google voice line. and I want to play a bunch and react to them. Plus, tomorrow I did record a couple different things. Maybe I'll play them. I was watching the game. There was a Lions fan watching the game at the bar, and I told him I'm rooting for Seattle with you because I want both teams to have stakes, even though that contradicts whatever. But okay, top 5 people that need to be unaffiliated from the Packers from now on. Top 5 people that need to go. No more Packers for these 5 people. Number 5, Bart Winkler. I've gotten everything wrong about this team this year. When I was out, they were good. When I was in, they were bad. When I was out, they were bad. When I was in, I'm just a disaster. I talked to someone before the game. They go, "What do you think?" I go, "I felt all week that they were going to win. And now here in the moment, I've been wrong all year. They're probably going to lose tonight." Because I know that this year, I just did not have a firm grasp on this team. But I knew that Aaron Rodgers sucks, and he's number 4. Number 4, Aaron Rodgers. Get him off my team. He's not fun to watch. He's playing hero ball all the time. I don't like his will I won't I bullshit. And he gets rewarded by dating like the 126-year-old in Milwaukee that actually looks good when they go to Bucks games and tries to. Bullshit. Number 3, Mason Crosby. The guy is old as fuck, and he cannot kick a football anymore. Every kick he had, I've never seen anything like this in the NFL. I've watched 3 million kicks in the NFL. His looked like they were 5 minutes away from being roadkill. Like they looked like they were near death. He's no good anymore. The Packers signed that they have like 3 kickers. The Packers do. Then they signed Matt Amendola for something like Crosby's the next. If Crosby kicks one more time in the cold, his leg will snap off and go farther than the ball does. Number 2, Matt LaFleur. If there was the word beta in the dictionary, it'd be a picture of Matt LaFleur saying, "Turn the page, you cuck." He's awful. I think I'm a pushover as a dad. Do his kids even have a bedtime? They must run roughshod in that house. Awful. And number 1 person who needs to leave the Packers is Wayne Larrivee. Listening to the entire broadcast tonight, look, Wayne, I thought we were buds. Freeman says we're not. I just got to say, you are way too pro-Lions tonight. I don't get it. Congratulations on whatever money you must have won on that game. Also, why is the radio broadcast? I'm at the game. I don't need the radio broadcast on the speakers. So it's not so much Wayne as it is what the Packers were forcing on me. But I really don't be surprised if Wayne's the announcer for the Lions next year, because it sure sounded like an addition to me. All right, that's my top 5. I don't know where Imig went. His phone must have died. Tim, I don't know what you're even doing.
All right, since we are going to since the season is now over, officially, correct?
Yeah.
Here is your 2023 opponents for next year.
Tell me home and away so I can figure out which game I'm going to.
I already know what game you're going to. I think
Vegas?
Yes.
What are the other ones?
All right, here we go. Home, Bears, Lions, Vikings, Saints, Chiefs, Chargers, Rams. Away, Bears, Lions, Vikings, Raiders, Falcons, Panthers, Broncos, Giants, Steelers.
Ooh, I want to go to Pittsburgh, actually.
Really? Pittsburgh is the added game, FYI.
Because I like Vegas is too, it's right off the strip, but I like these cities like Indy and Cleveland and Cincinnati, where the stadium's next to the downtown, next to the hotel.
It's like right on the strip, right? You walk across the street. A bridge.
Well, for Vegas, yeah, and then Pittsburgh's like that too.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
all right, Bart. Well, here we go. Off season 2023.
Well, thanks for everyone for being here. It does mean a lot.
Danny McGuire had one question. He is a big Tom Brady fan.
No, that's one hell of a game. What's the spread?
What's the spread on the Cowboys? Cowboys are going to kill Tampa Bay, right?
The spread on that is Cowboys are a 3-point road favorite.
3-point road favorite.
What's his opinion on the game?
What's your opinion on the game?
Well, I like Dallas, but they look like shit today.
There you go.
I would,
and that's the Monday night game too, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know.
That is the Monday night game. That is the last playoff game of Wild Card Weekend. So I like Dallas too. Dallas will beat them. Brady, no.
I'll just tell you.
Tim McGuire was talking. You just muted him.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's one hell of a game.
It's one hell of a game.
All right. I was at the game.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
Your first home Packer game this year?
Yeah.
All right. You are 0-2 this year?
Yep. 2 Sunday night games, Buffalo and this one.
Quay Walker got kicked out on both the games you went to? Was I the first one to say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did. I have not seen Quay Walker finish a game live this year.
And that's what you cut to post up tonight.
Oh, there's a lot of good ones.
I mean, you could go all day. You could go all week. Hey.
All right.
On to college basketball.
Yeah, and the gummies I took to start the show are in, and I'm ready to go to bed. So, Timmy, thank you.
Bart, it's been a pleasure this year. I didn't think I'd be doing the whole football season on a podcast this year. I thought I would be up at Lambeau for every game, which I was promised.
But then the station went away.
Correct.
Yeah. I thought I'd be on the air 6 to 10.
I thought you would be on the air for post games. Rumor had it you were doing the post game show this year.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, Sparky told me.
Well, then I'm glad the station went away. Shit. All right. See you, buddy.
Good night, Bart. Good night, everybody. Good night, America.
Good night. All right.
I'm staying on.
Oh.
I got good juice to tell you after.
That sucks for everybody else. So details to come. I don't know. I'll be live at some point Monday. Bye, everyone. Till next season.